Okay, seek and you shall find. Now I'm gonna make this video very quickly because it just happened again. Funny thing, it's visible in the same area, yeah? So over Spain. I will show right away the time lapse and you're gonna see what that physicist explained, and it's in my previous video. But let's start with this layer again and just listen.
Who is not real and is not a danger. You know, the simplest thing to say is just that there is no credible evidence whatever for the existence of Nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations. In fact, the origin of the name observations. In fact, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observation, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations of Nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations. In fact, the origin of the name is a little weird. Nibiru was a minor god in the Babylonian pantheon, probably associated with Jupiter. There's no record that they ever thought of it as a planet. Sometimes we talk about planet X, but that's a strange term too, because astronomers say planet X for an object that has not been found, a possible object, like Pluto. When it was being searched for, it was called planet X. Once it was found, it became Pluto. So it really isn't any evidence here to counter, but I can quite specifically say how we know that Nibiru or planet X does not exist and does not threaten the Earth. First, if there were a planet headed into the inner solar system that was going to come close to the Earth in December of 2012, see it. All of us could see it. And the crazy thing is people who see it. All of us could see it. See it. All of us could see it. See it. All of us could see it. There, you could see it. All of us could see it. There, you could see it. All of us could see it. There, you could see it. All of us could see it. And the crazy thing is people who say they are observing it but never tell us where to look so we can verify. Well, it doesn't take an astronomer to say that there's no bright object up there that's appeared in the night sky and is headed for Earth. Second, if Nibiru were real, and it were a planet with a substantial mass, then it would already be perturbing the orbits of Mars and the Earth. We would see changes in those orbits due to this rogue object coming into the inner solar system. Astronomers measure the orbit of Earth and Mars precisely and frequently, and there has been no change whatever. Third, and perhaps most telling, if this object had come through the solar system in the past, and you remember the idea is it's on an orbit of 3,600 years. If it had come through in the past, its gravity would have messed up the orbits of the inner planets. The Earth, Venus, Mars, probably would have stripped the moon away completely. Instead, in the inner solar system, we see planets with stable orbits. We see the moon going around the Earth. The very existence of this stability in the inner solar system proves that no rogue planet, no interfering object has come through the inner solar system in at least 1 million years. So it's not real. Nibiru doesn't exist. We can't see it. We can't detect its gravity. And we don't see a signature of its previous passages, but it's not real. Nibiru doesn't exist. We can't see it. We can't detect its gravity. And we don't see a signature of its previous. It's not real. Nibiru doesn't exist. We can't see it. We can't detect its gravity. And we don't see a signature of its previous. We can't see it. We can't detect its gravity. And we don't see a signature of its previous passages because
Just bear in mind, yeah, we can't see any signature of her gravity, yeah? Okay, let's go further. Now this is Carlos Ferrada, yeah? Dr. Carlos Ferrada was the chief astronomer of the Chile's Astronomical Observatory, yeah?
Pausará sobre nuestro mundo. Algo muy interesante es que usted hizo un estudio y trazó con cálculos y con todo la órbita de este cometa planeta. Porque usted nos habla y nos dice que es cometa planeta porque su movimiento no es algo normal. No, que tiene unas velocidades.
Es un cometa planeta porque tiene órbita elíptica como cometa y porque tiene gran masa
Como planeta.
como planeta. Yo lo llamo entonces planeta cometa, o sea, un planeta con cola.
Explica Muñoz Ferrada que este gran astro que se acerca cargado de energía cósmica no cumple las leyes de la mecánica celeste establecidas. Posee una órbita elíptica y viaja entre nuestro Sol y un Sol negro que se encuentra a 32 billones de kilómetros. Entonces aquí en este gráfico usted nos muestra, el gráfico, ¿verdad?, de que en este lado está la Tierra, la órbita de nuestra Tierra alrededor del Sol.
Sí, señor.
Y que él penetra en la órbita terrestre, aquí, pasando muy cerca de nuestra Tierra. Entonces tarda
A
desde
14 millones de kilómetros.
14 millones de kilómetros. Entonces acá usted en su gráfico nos presenta lo que es la estrella muerta o el sol muerto. En ese sol muerto él gira.
Aquí a 92 kilómetros por segundo.
Entonces, además de esos 92 kilómetros por segundo, él tiene otra velocidad, que es la más aterradora, ¿verdad? Que es la que se mueve muy
Tiene
rápido.
3 velocidades, hombre.
Muñoz Ferrada confirma que este planeta viaja a 3 velocidades. Una alrededor del Sol Negro a 92 kilómetros por segundo. Otra cerca de nuestro Sol a 76 kilómetros por segundo. Y una tercera velocidad máxima.
La máxima lo tiene en la mitad de la órbita. A 300 kilómetros por segundo. O sea, un milésimo de la velocidad de la luz.
Eso es rápido. Pronto acontecerá un evento que permitirá que el Hercólogos pueda verse a simple vista.
Este cuerpo no va a pasar desapercibido. Todo el mundo lo va a ver.
Y va a haber gran confusión.
Más que confusión.
Y le van a dar un sinnúmero de interpretaciones a este asunto.
Mucho.
Los astrónomos dirán que lo que se verá es Marte o cualquier otro planeta, pero en realidad es el Hercólogos. ¿Qué consecuencias sobre nuestro planeta?
Son más terroríficas. Luego, cada cual arréglesela como pueda.
Muñoz Ferrada pronostica 3 grandes terremotos.
He calculado 3 puntos triangulados de alta sismicidad que se aproximan. El norte de la costa del Mediterráneo, Francia y España. La costa sur del Pacífico, de Valparaíso a Arequipa. Y Java, Sumatra y Borneo. 3 puntos. Estos puntos van a ser terremotos de carácter volcánico.
El Hercólogos causará devastadores terremotos y provocará una gran transformación.
El gran campo gravitacional que trae ese astro nuevo, que hace 13.000 años que no penetraba, y que 13.000 años atrás fue en los tiempos de Atlántida perdida, tiene resonancia y efecto que a los reflejos, que a la debilidad. Queda el gran cambio.
Ese gran cambio, el cual usted viene estudiando desde 1940, ¿verdad? Que viene estudiando ese astro. Van 59 años de documentación. Ese gran cambio es humano, además es a la Tierra, porque indica un cambio de polos.
Es geofísico y humano.
Geofísico y humano. Y se habla de que va a haber un cambio de los polos magnéticos de la Tierra.
Son tantas las cosas que lamentable la humanidad no está preparada. El cambio viene. La destrucción viene. Y, más que nada, afectará a la humanidad en su existencia.
De la Tierra.
Son tantas las cosas que lamentable la humanidad no está preparada. El cambio viene. La destrucción viene. Y, más que nada, afectará a la humanidad en su existencia.
Y se habla de que va a haber un cambio de los polos magnéticos de la Tierra.
Son tantas las cosas que lamentable la humanidad no está preparada. El cambio viene. La destrucción viene. Y, más que nada, afectará a la humanidad en su existencia. Son tantas las cosas que lamentable la humanidad no está preparada. El cambio viene. La destrucción viene. Y, más que nada, afectará a la humanidad en su existencia.
Now, just look at this gentleman's face. Do you have any doubts that he's telling the truth? And you can see the weight on his shoulders when he's announcing this. So this gentleman is not a liar. Okay, let's hear another astronomer, yeah, that I told you about. Robert Harrington. As you can see, these two made separate calculations and they came to the same result.
$3,600-year orbit, then its mass would be, to put it, intermediate between the gaseous planets like Uranus and Neptune and the terrestrial planets that we have in the inner part of the solar system. So if this planet turns out to be in a 3,600-year orbit, then its mass would be correspondingly larger. But we're talking about something it's a perfectly reasonable kind of planet. It looks like a good, nice planet, small enough that it's not going to be completely enveloped in gas. It's perfectly capable of supporting life forms of one kind or another. This one here is the map of the solar system as we know it. The inner planets, this is the orbit of planet Pluto. And this here is the orbit that I have proposed for the 10th planet, where we think it is right about now in its orbit. This is your orbit for the planet, and showing that it would come out of Sagittarius in biblical time, and that once you allow for precession, it would be around into Libra by now.
Okay, so this was Dr. Robert Harrington, yeah? Which they killed him. Now, this is the time lapse from yesterday. And remember, if you remember what that physicist said about a large heavenly body situated between Earth and another galaxy, yeah? That the light will bend. Now we see again, so this is from yesterday, we see again the light from another source, because the sun is on top, so you can see the edge of the light coming from another source. See it? And that source is not our sun. You see? Just as that physicist Harry Cliff told us that the light is traveling in a curved path. So you can see here the edge. You have the impression that is a rainbow, a black rainbow. And now let's concentrate again on the overall picture, and you're gonna see how the light is bended in front of the camera and give you the impression that is an earthquake. So the same camera caught yesterday the same effect that she caught on the 3rd of February. Now pay attention to the sky and you see the edge, kind of black rainbow. So this is from yesterday, people. So you should think how close Nibiru is. So if you want to check it, you can check it on this webcam. It's the webcam from Spain, St. Mary Cathedral in Seville. So my friend, you fucking liar, David Morrison, go fuck yourself. Because this is a visual observation and proof of Nibiru's gravity, a large heavenly body, which bends the light. And I told you, pay attention to that black rainbow. That is the edge of the light coming from another source, not from our sun. Clear evidence that Nibiru is real, as Dr. Carlos Ferrada and Dr. Robert Harrington told us. And notice something else. Pay attention to the overall intensity of the light in front of the camera. It's changing because this additional light, the light from an additional source other than our sun, is coming into the webcam view. But the most convincing is that shape that you see it on the sky, like a black rainbow. This is undisputable visual evidence of Nibiru. So guys, how close are those last 7 years? God knows. But you need to start to prepare. Because their time lapse, when the timeline, I'm sorry, their timeline, it's all about this Nibiru arrival. So they will push with the mark of the beast before Nibiru's passing by our sun. Because as in the Bible is written, the time of Satan ruling the whole world is limited, is short. So they know this. So prepare for what? The destruction comes, as Dr. Carlos Ferrada said. So unless you have an underground bunker, which is very good, you will die. The only thing you can do before this is to save your soul. Don't sell your soul. This is the only thing you can do. Don't accept the mark of the beast. Okay, guys, God bless you.